Well, welcome into the pregame show. Glad you're joining us. As Toby Foreman is joining us today, and a big win over the Ellison Eagles in district play last week. I mean, you got a lot of kids in the ball game, got looks at a lot of kids, and your starters played well, very well, first of all. But Toby's never happy.
No, we missed two opportunities to score touchdowns on the first two drives of the game with the starters.
That's what I mean.
So at the end of the game, we fumbled on the one. That was the fourth or fifth team running back. I mean, you can live with that, but we cannot pass up opportunities. Like I said, it's been now 3 games in a row where we miss opportunities to score in the red zone early in games, and that's what gets us behind. I mean, there's no reason that game should have been 3-0 almost at the end of the first quarter with the way we were moving the ball and the way we were playing defense and special teams. And but you're right. The Stars did play good for 3 quarters, and then the backups played. I thought they played well. We don't have a lot of backups on offense.
Yeah.
We went into the game with 19 offensive players, and we came out with 15. So we had some guys who were banged up a little bit, but it was it gave us an opportunity. Even though people like Willie Thomas fumbled at the end, it gave us an opportunity to kind of evaluate him, and some receivers got to play that hadn't been playing a lot. Some of the linemen got to play that hadn't been playing a lot on both sides of the ball, and that's a big deal because you want everybody to be a part of, especially a crosstown rival, or not even crosstown, right down the street rival.
And at home, playing at home,
Yeah, well, where is home? Neither one of us really have a home,
Nope.
As far as stadium goes. So we just play wherever we're told. But I know I know our kids were excited to come out with that win. That's the first time in 7 years that I've played against Ellison that the game hasn't been decided by 1 score or less. So that'll tell you how tight that rivalry has been. And the other day I just think they had some guys that at the key positions got hurt, and that affected the overall score.
Well, if you watched anything on social media this weekend and even in the paper, I think you even made the paper. 30th win here, winningest coach at Shoemaker High School. I've sat across the desk from 4 different fellers now. You're being the 4th, and you've done the best, and congratulations.
Well, I appreciate that. And actually, Coach Gray reached out to me on Sunday and sent me a nice text. I've met the other 3 previous head coaches, and they're all really good guys. Coach Hall, I knew him before I got here, and then I met Coach Gray, and then what that means to me, being the winningest coach in the school is a big deal. I grew up in a coaching family, and I know what it means when even though this is only a 24-year-old program, I mean that's still almost a quarter of a century, and so to be able to have that honor is a big deal, and it's not something that's taken lightly. And I will tell you, it's not easy either. It wasn't. It's never been easy here, and we're just glad that the kids have been able to have the success they've been able to have both on the field and off the field, and be able to be recruited the way they have over the past several years.
I think you could say that's happened in 4 years, because those first 2 years you were here, you were left basically with an empty locker room and about 15 kids hanging around. So you basically had to build that program. So let's take those first 2 years and just kind of throw those away and put those 30 victories into the past 3 or 4 years. And you've had a great program every year.
Yeah, we started off 2-18, and that was tough, and it did take a lot to build this. And I'm very fortunate to have had great administrations on this campus, as well as in the administration building and the athletic offices since I've been here. Also, a great coaching staff and student athletes, because that's who's won those games. It's not me, it's them. And so I said this, right after the game. The 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and current football teams made this possible. And so I'm just appreciative of them. A lot of my former players have reached out to me and congratulated me over the weekend. And, we didn't say anything really about it because I don't want to make a big deal about it. But we knew going into the season 3 wins would be, what the number was. I would like to have gotten those a couple weeks ago, 3 wins, but it came, last Friday. And so myself, my staff, my team is extremely excited about that. And then, we're looking forward now to taking on a very, very tough Red Oak opponent on Friday.
Yeah, I got some information on my tip line, and that's how I was able to follow it and break the story. I want you to know I was the first person to get that out there for you, and so happy to do it. I mean, the minute I got to the house the other night, it was put it together, find some pictures of you. and see what I could find to write up, and wrote up a little bit and got it out there, and just so appreciative of everything you've done. These kids are too. So, but we can't talk about that forever because you won't win 31, and you wanted to get it against these Red Oak Hawks. Damn it.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and they're really, really good. I mean, overall, Coach Robinson, this is his anniversary game because his first game as an interim was last year against us, and they beat us 38-35. It was a really good contest, and so they have a really good team. They're deep. They're coming off a bye. They'll be ready to roll. I'm glad we're in Killeen, and we don't have to make that trip up there. They have to, they kind of have to walk the field. But starting off with number 1, Taz Williams Jr., he's a phenomenal receiver and player, return guy on their team. Number 2, Braden Robinson, he's also a sophomore. He's a phenomenal football player, return guy. Number 3, defensive end, Kamarian Morgan. He's a force to be reckoned with. Number 4, defensive back Maurice Wells. Number 5, defensive tackle Tanner Thompson. Number 8, quarterback move-in Reggie Moody. He's a guy. Number 12, Stacy Johnson. He's a DB. 14, Dylan Gayton. And then 13, Chris Martinez is a running back. I think he does a really, really, really good job. Defensive end, number 17, Jordan Alamalolo. They just are loaded. I mean, they're loaded at pretty much every position, special teams, offense, and defense. So, there's a reason why that they're undefeated. I mean, there's a reason why they went in, and were able to beat Lake Belton and Lake Belton. And, they beat the Colony, early on, who the Colony, beat Den Ryan the other day. So they're battle tested. They're one of the few teams that I can honestly say they've probably played as tough a schedule as we have. They've just been fortunate to have their bye. And unfortunately for us, it was this week. So they were at our game scouting us, and then, their guys are kind of licking their wounds because they had some kids that were injured. But they'll be full glow on Friday, and we're going to have to answer that energy because they're going to come out with a lot of energy early on.
Yeah, and they do run the ball, they throw the ball, they do a little bit of everything.
They like to spin it. I mean, they like to spin it. They got 2 5-star receivers, and they are every bit of 5-star receivers. They're the real deal. I mean, this will be about the 85th 5-star receiver we've seen this year with the the young man that's at Midlothian, and of course Micah Hudson at Lake Belton. I mean, so it's
seen some good ones.
Yeah, we have seen some good ones. Now we've not had a team that's had multiple, and so that'll be something new. But the secondary just got to step up, and that's what we have to do. We did a really good job of containing TJ Johnson the other night at receiver for Ellison, but it's just a lot harder when you have them on both sides. It makes it really difficult.
Yep. And of course, you got to get ready for the game. I mean, home game, playing at Searles. Going to have your home crowd there, so that's going to be nice. Red Oak probably travels pretty well, so they'll have some folks there. But it's going to be a good ball game, and it's not that must-win stage for sure, not yet. But I know you want one in district play, especially against the big guys like this, because you hit the big guys hard, and they go down faster, buddy.
Well, we've gotten after it against every opponent. We just hadn't won all of our games, but this is a game where we are looking at it as a must-win, and we're saying every week we got to go 1-0 this week, and if we'll do that, we'll be in a good situation going into our bye week. We got a bye coming up next, and we need it, But all that said, we got to take care of Friday, and as long as we'll do that, we'll be in a really, really good place as far as the district standing goes. Because if you look at who we've already played, we've played some teams that are pretty dang good.
Yeah, and that's why you have the injuries and the close ball games, like you said. But they're also learning experiences at the same time, and coaching learning experience for the kids and the players. So we're looking forward to a win here tonight. I'm just going to go ahead and say that over these Red Oak Hawks, and I'm glad I don't have to be on the radio and say that several times because that's hard to pronounce in a row there. I'd much rather say Shoemaker Grey Wolves is a lot easier. It comes off the tongue a lot easier than Red Oak Hawks does. That's for sure. But as always, wish you very good luck. I know your boys are going to do well. They played so well last week. There's too many of them to mention. We'd be here all day unless you want to throw some out there. But I tell you what, everybody I saw played well. and play with class.
Yeah,
And
that's a big deal to us. This is our 5th game of the season that we completed last week, and we've not gotten one unsportsmanlike conduct or one personal foul. So I'm very happy about that because we are a disciplined team. We just got to make sure that we're disciplined on every play as far as what our assignments is. But I also want to mention the fact that this is a grading period week for us, and we're doing really, really good academically. Our sub-varsities are doing really, really well as far as wins, losses go, as well as far as the district play and non-district play, and with their academics. So we have over 215 kids in the program, and I don't know the exact academic eligibility and who is not, but I would say over 95% of our kids right now are definitely passing, and probably even half of them are AB students, and that's a big deal because that's why we're here. We want to make sure that we stress the academics as well as beating our opponents, but the main thing is get that degree, and if you want to go to a 4-year college or wherever you want to go, that you're able to do that because your academics are good enough.
And those scouts will be here looking at you. They always are. They're always hanging around. We got kids playing at the next level. You can watch them on Saturday. In fact, I think it'll be Big Ten Saturday night again. Maybe we'll see.
I do believe
Omari
that. Yeah.
Again. So
we got some guys that are doing really, really well, and they did really well here. And
how about them Oregon Ducks? I saw them. They Kamari's doing pretty well up there, and they did pretty good in their ball game.
Yeah, Kamari got to play. He got to play in that thing, and Omari and them are undefeated, and so that's we got a ball and them are struggling a little bit at Baylor right now, but I believe they'll get back on track. But we got some guys doing big things in college at some really big colleges and not so big, but it doesn't really matter. They're there and they're getting education at the next level, and they're able to play at the next level. I do expect some of these guys will be at the next level. That's what I think.
Yep.
But either way, we're looking forward to seeing a big crowd, coming out supporting the Gray Wolves tonight. And I want to thank everybody. This is middle school youth night, so there'll be a bunch of little ones in the stands and running through the run-through with us. And, we look forward to this game. As always, go Gray Wolves.
You're watching I-14 Sports Network.